Hi Cardinals, this is your Monday activity. So the first thing you need to do is get out your book. This is the book for this week, and the book title is Flies, okay? So the first thing we need to do is take a look at our title of our book, which is Flies, and the cover page of our book, okay? And ask yourself, are they the same? Are they different? How are the title and the cover page related, okay? The next thing that you're going to do is open up this page right here, and then open it up to the next page. And we have words to know. So these are the words that are very important to the book, and they're words that we need to learn about the book. So the first word is germ. Okay, the first word is germ. And that means something, for example, there's lots of germs around us. If I sneeze and then I touch something, my germs from my body will get on the place that I touched. Okay, we all have germs inside of our body, and when we cough or when we sneeze or we touch our mouths or our nose or our eyes or our ears, which are connected to the inside of our body, we are spreading our germs. So that's the first word in the book. The second word, insects. So we know what insects are, okay? An example of an insect would be a bee, okay, or a fly, all right? The next word is larva, okay? So we're going to learn about what larva is. Okay, we're going to learn about it inside of the book. The next word to know is pollen. Okay, that is our next vocabulary word. So pollen is something that is inside of flowers, okay, and that we need for flowers to survive. So we're going to learn more about pollen in this book. The next word, we actually know, we already learned it, is pupa. So remember when we studied butterflies what pupa means. So if you don't remember, you're going to read about it again. The next word is solid. So something that is solid is something that we can hold on to. This would be a solid. The water that we drink is not a solid. It is a liquid. So all things in our environment can be solids, can be liquids, or can be gases, which means stuff that is in the air, okay? It's not a liquid and it's not a solid. So the next thing we need to do is look at our table of contents. So our table of contents tells us everything that's going to be in the book and what page we can find this information. So we're going to learn what are flies on page 4, fly bodies on page 5, how flies grow and change on page 7, how adult flies eat on page 10, flies and germs, like we talked about before, on page 11, why flies are important on page 13, gross but cool, so something that's gross is maybe something that's nasty or something that we don't like, but it's still cool. And the glossary, which is on page 16. So remember that our glossary is right here in the back of the book, and the glossary is so cool because the glossary has all of the words that we need to know. It tells us whether it's a noun or a verb, and it also gives us a definition. So if we didn't know, for example, what a pupa is, even though we learned that last week, we would look here and it says, an immature insect in the stage between a larva and an adult. So it's important when we're reading that if we don't understand one of our vocabulary words that we look at the back of the book and look at our glossary. So the next thing, we need to read our book, okay? Follow along with your fingers. You can either do this by yourself or you can do this with a partner if you feel that you can work productively. The next thing we need to do is look at our activity of the day. This is our activity of the day. So the first thing that it's asking us to do is read these 3 statements. And the first one says that this book persuaded me that flies are pests. So did that happen in the book? Think about it. What does it mean to persuade someone? What is a synonym for persuade? If you think you know it, you can think of it right now, and I will tell you what a synonym for persuade is. Persuade means to convince someone of something. So let's say I wanted to convince you that chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream. I would think and brainstorm ideas of why chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream, and I would try to persuade you, I would try to convince you that chocolate ice cream is the best kind. So that's a kind of book that persuades you. So we need to think, is this book trying to persuade me something? Is it trying to convince me of something? So in this case, if we think that it is, we would circle this right here. Let's move on. Let's think, is this book trying to entertain me about flies? So is this book trying to make me laugh? Or is this book trying to entertain me? So do I just want to have fun while I read this book? And if we think that that's the answer, we circle this answer instead. So we have to think, is this book persuading me that flies are pests? Is this book entertaining me that things about flies? Or is this book informing me? Is it a nonfiction book? Is it trying to tell me information, facts about flies? So first, you're going to read the book, and next you're going to circle which one you think is what's happening in the book. Next, you're going to circle all of the things here that you think are happening in the book. So first you decide what is happening, and then all of these sentences here are related to the book. So you're going to circle which ones go with what you decided. If you think that the book is trying to persuade you of things, then you're going to circle all of the sentences here that tells me that yes, this book is persuading me of something. If you think the book is entertaining you, then circle all of the things to let me know that yes, this book is entertaining me, and I will tell you exactly why. Here are my reasons. Or do you think this book is informing you about flies? If you think that, then you're going to circle the answers, okay? The next activity is pretty simple. We have long E's and long I sounds. So they both are Y sounds, but sometimes a Y has a long E sound, like E, and sometimes a Y has a long I sound, like I. So we need to decide which one is which. So, for example, cry. That is a boy crying. So is that a long E or is that a long I sound? Does it make an E sound or does it make an I sound? Whatever we think we need, we're going to put the letter I or put the letter E to say this is a long E sound or this is a long I sound. So we have baby, penny, fly, okay, butterfly, cry, all right? Those are the things that we need to figure out right here. And here we have work that has to do with nouns. So we have person, place, and thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at all of these words here and we're going to decide, are these words people, are they places, or are they things? Whatever you think they are, you're going to glue them in the right spot. If you need any help, you can watch this video again. You can also ask me, or you can ask a partner if you choose to work with a partner. Okay? Good luck.